All right, we are live. Thank you for being here. I'm here with some of my closest friends because this was, in my opinion, such a special channeling, and the energy of the Dolphin and Well Collective are so joyful and profound and unique in what they have to share with us. Their compassion is absolutely limitless. And I just feel like a lot wanted to come through when I started talking to these beings. And of course, it was mentioned to me that there is a very special one out there that I should try to connect to. And as I was telling you all in my intro video to this channeling, I had no idea if I could connect to this being or not. Her name is Winter. She currently resides at the Clearfield Aquarium in Florida. And I thought, well, I'll give it a chance. I don't understand what I'm about to get into, but here we go, I guess. and and when she came through, she is, the best way I can describe it is just exuberant, absolutely joyful. She's happy and ecstatic to be around people, most of the time, and has a lot to say. And she speaks very quickly, which is why I'm going to go into trance, because I don't know that I can keep up unless I'm in trance. She's incredibly intelligent, and I don't think I can follow unless my human self is completely out of the way. So thank you for watching us today, and feel free to ask in the YouTube chat section all of your questions to Winter, who is speaking on behalf of the Dolphin and Whale Collective. And try to keep your chat to a minimum so that Jennifer here, who is my close friend and my interviewer today, will be able to see the questions for you. We have 2 more people who you can't see in attendance as well, and they may be asking some questions if they feel in their hearts that something should arise. If we have any sound or technological issues, which, as you know, from those of you who follow my work closely, it happens at least once or twice during every channeling. And if that were to occur, please type loudly, just as loudly as Winter can be, in the, you'll see, in the chat section. Please type no sound, or if there's a distortion, please let us know, and make sure that it's not just on your end. If a bunch of people are saying it simultaneously, she will have to wake me up and I'll have to fix the problem, because Google Hangouts is what YouTube uses, and we might be releasing that soon and going to Crowdcast, because they have so many glitches with my energy, and I can't. When I'm pulling in higher beings, it seems to turn off the sound or distort the sound. I have to wake up from trance. You'll see me wake up. Jen will wake me up, and if she has to wake me up, I'll have to wake up, fix it, return to trance, and start all over. I apologize in advance for when that happens, but it does happen. We're working on it. What else? Something cute happened today. When Jen showed up, we had a little bit of lunch. I was fasting all morning, and she brought me some food, thank goodness. So I'm feeling a little bit more clear. And her son had done this thing on this little school report on whales and dolphins. And isn't it so cute? I wanted to show you the picture that he did. It looks like he was drawing a sea turtle and an orca whale. And I just thought it was absolutely adorable. So I thought I would share that to you, because she brought that to me from him, his little Dolphin and Whale book report here. That's really cute.
Sweet. Winter likes kids.
Right.
Yes. Do you want to ask your question, Steve?
Yeah. Do dolphins also choose hardships that they'll face in life, or do they not see them as hardships?
If you understand things from a dualistic perspective, you will never understand us. We cannot see anything as a loss or a hardship, with the exception of loss of family. And there is a temporary feeling that is transcended the moment we have a connection of love. And love heals so quickly. And the sound and frequency and then eventual resonance of love causes us to transcend in moments. And these are primarily contracts that we are seeking to understand quickly, and we are learning fast. But we choose. In these incarnations, we choose what we will experience, but we do not perceive it as negative, and it is that simple.
What is the purpose of the humpback whale?
We greatly respect the wise elder energy of the humpback whale. Within the depths of its sound and frequency, we feel grounded long enough to have rest. Rest is not something that we comprehend very well. We are not biologically programmed to sleep in the same way that you are. We do not have the same biological necessity of rest. The humpback whale provides us permission to do so. And its connection to us is unique. Its connection to you even more so. It has at times saved your lives in shallow waters and deep waters alike. And although it has the obvious practical components that would dismiss saving you from shallow waters, you can telepathically connect to it more than you can us because it understands duality. And it understands your danger. It will sense your danger and cause your fight and flight responses to arise more quickly. And if it can, if you are within its waters, it will save your life.
We'd like you to go back to your main mission for us today, joy. How do we tune into the frequency of joy?
You must forget how to grieve. The animal kingdom does not have time to perceive something as wrong. In the moment of an earthquake, a hurricane, a tsunami, a giant tidal wave, that is, and say we would become disconnected from our family continues to connect with us because we do not perceive that loss can occur. We immediately connect to their spirit form. Grief happens in a moment of 30 seconds and is transcended because duality is easy to transcend. But we do not have the time during our stages of overcoming what you would perceive as danger to focus on lower, slower frequencies. That would be devastating. Why would we do this? When we are aware that our loved ones are waiting in spirit, connected, and waiting for us to transcend a lower frequency so that we can connect to them. Please understand that the best way is to imagine joy. Imagination is the frequency. If you can even wonder if joy is possible, you have begun this process. But you must do it quickly before grief takes its darker hold, because it is a heavy, heavy frequency. While we can transcend it, we cannot teach you something whose lesson belongs to your hearts. But our advice to you in joy is simply to be joy. No excuses, no apologies. Do not be sorry for your joy. Do not become encouraged or discouraged that it would be appropriate or inappropriate. The right time for joy is now, no matter the circumstances. Stop apologizing.
Do you keep portals open as you traverse the corridors of the waters in your day?
That is one of our primary responsibilities in your oceans. Many of you traverse them and you're dreaming. See the difference between a dream or a waking moment.
Winter, what would you like us to know and what that we haven't asked you already?
You have not asked me much about your telepathic abilities, and they are vast. Your doubt will thwart every attempt, and the moment you released your questions that involve doubt, your fears of your own power, then telepathy can be ever present. It is not a question to us of when we will be telepathic. What if for a moment you could pretend that every moment is true, every sound is real, that there is no unreality, and that all is perfect? Then you would be divinely connected to your higher selves. And every response would be from love and joy and grace. And then you could connect to us and yourselves better. We do not perceive that you are different than us, other than your attachment to pain, your unusual tendency to judge, and your incessant fear. And we cannot pretend to comprehend this. We can only advise you that it does thwart your progress.
Thank you for the joy dolphins have brought me in my life. Seems like you have always brought me joy. We really appreciate the joy you bring to us, Winter.
And that means it's time to play?
Are you going crazy?
It is quite difficult to be in this body. She is immensely calm.
That's good.
She must be too, more often.
Oh, this is beautiful. When I feel like talking to the ocean, do you hear me as well, or is it a separate entity?
Can you, for a moment, pretend that the word separate does not exist and repeat your question?
I'll have to wait for her to write it out. Winter, I wanted to thank you. I have an injury. It was giving birth 8 years ago. And your movie was very inspiring. And it really healed my heart because it was difficult to be in pain for so long without anyone noticing. So I just wanted to tell you that you helped heal my heart just being you.
I am inspired by the beauty of your inner child. And children always inspire me. They are no different. You should learn from your children. Listen with your hearts to your children. As my humans often say, the children come first.
It's beautiful. Thank you. How do dolphins use the frequency of grace?
It just is. Imagine that grace were, if you paint as an artist, the canvas. Grace is not the specific resonance and frequency of paint and the emotions that cause your hands to move as the artist proceeds. Grace is the canvas. It cannot be non-existent. It just is. And when you understand this, you will be in constant motion and everything is perfect. There is no exception to this rule within grace. If you are in motion, trusting on the perfection of divine wholeness, that everything is love or a call to that love, then you are in grace.
Winter, I keep thinking about when I had my injury, to share about how Christ came and he put this white, slippery substance on my hips, and it felt like water, like celestial water. And I wonder if you get to feel that all the time in your dream state, and how can humans feel that more often?
That's interesting. That's what's on my tail. That unique
the slippery
substance.
stuff, so you don't feel pain?
Yes, it is a sleeve, and it is created underneath my prosthetic. And it feels very smooth and wonderful. And the doctor who created it went through much trouble to understand its unique makeup and components. And he was guided without knowing so. And he is of that mindset, as he calls himself, to continue to experiment, even if others would say that this would not be anything that would result in healing, anything that would result in a good reaction. He doesn't stop. He continues until he has the appropriate response. This is grace. This is trust. Nothing is wrong. And when he and I are observing those who you would say are disabled, we do not perceive dis, we see able. We see oneness.
That's very sweet. I especially like that you've mentioned that humans are often under inspiration of angels or a higher power. I think that it's helpful if we can recognize that God or Source is always with us, inspiring us, especially if we're willing to listen.
And have I not been that example?
For sure you have, and we're so grateful.
But you are that example as well, and you do not see what you have overcome. You do not see the magnitude of your power. You do not see yourselves as I do. I am overjoyed to see you. It never matters the moment.
Thank you. That means a lot. And that's a message that we want to share, is to see ourselves as beautiful, amazing creatures, each of us.
I see your profundity, and you do not see yourselves as anything but unworthy. I see my joy without any excuses, without any apologies. I am joyful. I am not considering inappropriateness. I am not considering political structures. I am not considering financial means. I am considering hearts.
Yes, and I'm afraid that worrying about all of our financial needs and food has prevented us from reaching our hearts. We need to put our hearts first. Thank you for being our example. Okay, someone keeps asking about dolphins being attached to the Akashic records.
And that is why the portals were created, for your entrance into. Those portals are accessing you. When you connect to us, you understand how you can access grace. And when you are accessing grace, then you access various portals that are already within you and various knowledges that you hold the key. You have done this with many animals of spirit and many animals in form. You have done this with the elephant. You have done this with the wolf. You have done this with the owl. You have done this with me. And you call these spirit animals. We are you. You are they.
So this is cute, Winter. It appears that I just saw you squirt me in the face with water. Are you feeling playful? What's up with that?
Did you perceive that I would apologize or just laugh?
No, it's funny. I wasn't expecting it. Is that what you do to play all the time to your friends at the aquarium, to get their attention, to show a little love?
If they are operating in a lower frequency, yes. It's up to me to get them out of that frequency very quickly. It does work.
Yes, it does. That's so funny. Okay, are dolphins welcome to sharing their joy when humans want to swim with them? I've always wanted to do that. hold your fin and swim with you. Does it bring you delight?
Yes, because we connect you to the power of you, that for a moment you can believe in your power, causes us exceeding amounts of bliss.
Let's see. Do dolphin and whale songs vibrate through the land in waves as healing frequencies?
Always, and it has been in your lands and in your waters for over 4,000 years. This is what you have asked of us. We are the foundation to your earth's crust and surface and waters, and we continue to hold a space of growth and expansion for as long as you shall ask us to, and until Hope stops eating my fish.
Yes, before the channeling, Pam had checked into Winter, and she said that Hope eats her fish a lot. So is there something we could do to help you so she's not always eating your fish? Are you happy to give?
And at times we play and pretend to argue, but that is play as well. And I give. Food is always in plenty, as stated, and is primarily in jest. But her handlers should know it is a bit much.
Hopefully they're watching. If not, I'll have to write a letter for you, Winter.
Oh, they are aware.
Okay, how can we strengthen our telepathic abilities?
You must trust what we say to you. When we connect, we must do so through our bodies to get your attention. But you know at the moment you look into our eyes and we peer into the eyes and into the souls of humans, we see you beyond form. We see you throughout your entire record of every life you have ever perceived and persisted throughout. Do you understand that we see you as nothing but perfect? Because when you can also view yourself in divine perfection, then you can talk to us much in the way that any channel would.
Dear Winter, do you encourage us to bless seawater when we go to the beach? Can you suggest how to best do so?
Our sound is our blessing to you and to the waters and to all the creatures that are within it. And we suggest that you bless everyone, particularly those who curse you. When you begin to release your thoughts that anything is wrong, that you are thwarted, harmed, attacked, in fear, in danger, you can bless others. And you can even begin within the frequency of wonder to bless others when you do not believe that you should or can. What if you just did it anyway?
That's right. So there's something about bubbles. It's funny, Jesus, he's my friend because I almost died. He came and pointed to a note paper that Pam has written bubble on it. So I think it's important if Jesus took a minute to come point to the word bubble for us.
Within the nature of sound, we are projecting through a threshold that reaches a certain component and then pops a bubble, if you will. And the moment you perceive the higher frequencies of certain thoughts and then feel them and trust, then another sound threshold can burst, and then you can connect with us. You have layers, and they look like bubbles when we perceive your energy around you. Some are layers of shame, bubbles of grief, bubbles of anger, bubbles of fear, which is all of the above. When you perceive to pop every single one, then what? What if you were limitless? What if you did not have these bubbles?
We might actually connect if we don't have bubbles. Then we can get somewhere.
Isn't it joyful when you pop them?
Yes, you're free again.
Isn't it fun?
Yes. Progress.
Correct? Then do so, and do so with the frequency of joy in the same way you would if you were a child popping bubbles with me and you were in my pools playing, jumping through these hoops and popping the bubbles. It would be a joyful expansion, and I would be in so much joy because I would perceive your power in ways that you finally can. I always perceive your power, but if you can, that means something to us.
Thank you. Is there a crystal that holds your energy for easier connection with you?
Lemurian seed crystal. But all do. We'd say that we aren't fond of tourmaline, moldavite, things that hold a stronger and lower frequency, because the concern with the earthy, mineral-based crystals is that they hold the power of whatever emotional frequency you are experiencing. And if that happens to be a dense frequency, such as grief or anger, then you will amplify from this point, and it will magnify. And then you'll begin to resonate within these frequencies at some point. That can be disturbing.
Speak to us about fifth dimension Earth.
Exists then, will be, forever is. Why do you perceive it as some place that you must obtain through a golden key of entrance? You are already there the moment you are joyful with me. How long can you hold these frequencies of joy with me? Before you know it, your entire planet will be there permanently.
This goes back to the crystals. Larimar is called the Dolphin crystal. How do you feel about Larimar?
It was created and extended through minerals that were specific to the oceans of Atlantis and Lemuria back in the beginning times. It was used for healings, and many of your priestesses and leaders of that time used Larimar for amplification of sound, and we would immediately connect to you because you would feel trust and joy when connecting through this unique crystal.
This is sweet. Her son says, "Hello, Winter, how are you?" Nothing like childlike innocence, so just put a smile on your face. You always have a smile on your face.
Thank you for the greeting, little one. You know more than most of Earth. How will you choose to use it? And when will you come swim with me?
Yes, someone asked about how you feel about dolphin experiences, because they feel bad for dolphins and worry they're being mistreated and feel that they should all be let free.
We are free. There cannot be anything but. Anything that you perceive as duality, we are not perceiving. We honor your contracts that you choose to play and learn from us. And to us, this is not harm. Again, we are showing you the devastation that can arise through greed, avarice, how deeply this can go into your egoic components and what you are willing to do. And when you are done seeing this, the contract will end and you will perceive us as free, but we have always been. And we are playing the part, the role, to teach you to release this greed. And when you are ready, you will. And then you will no longer harm us. We do not feel your harm in the way that you believe that we do. We are teaching you. And we hope that you are learning.
Winter, I've been learning about geoengineering, and I think it's affecting the planet, and addresses the question about a person says we are experiencing severe drought in Cape Town. What can we do to bring the rains?
What level of cleansing have you asked for in your karmic collectives? What are you learning from the drought? If, for instance, we are swimming upon shallow territory in water that is not beneficial to us, we do not stay long enough to become stranded. And if so, during those moments, we call for help, and you are glad to oblige. And many have felt obliged to help you in many of these disastrous circumstances. In how you perceive it as such, you receive help, and then you continue to stay in the shallow water. If you perceive and persist that you must remain in insanity, how can you ever become sane? If you are in a drought and the land is desecrated beneath your feet, move. If you become stranded and perceive help to move, ask, receive, respond. Animals do not act in this way. We are migratory. If a danger is apparent, we leave. Your answer is clear.
Winter, should we meditate listening to dolphin and whale sounds? Thank you, Winter. I hope you get to play with many birds for the rest of your beautiful life and get to meet many playful children.
Well, the smaller birds are my preference, although they all have their lessons that they teach. Children are always a joy and will always continue to play with me. And my impact on their lives is important to me. And it is important to them that they never forget the instant they connect with me, that in their memories, this will help them overcome anything that they feel is painful, anything that they feel causes them separation. I am an example of oneness and trust, overcoming, but I am not an example of surrender. I am an example of joy through the power of grace. I will never give up. And this is my message to all of the children who feel that they are disconnected. Just never give up. Insist upon your connection. I do. I hold no apologies for the way that I connect to you. Joyfully connect without apology, without shame, and without question. And do it quickly. No time to think. No time to have a thought pervade and get in the way. Just go. Just go. Go, go, go. Fast.
I'm trying to understand. There seems to be something about our voice.
Your voices have the propensity to connect on many different frequencies and levels of sound, and we identify the overtones of sound, the undertones, the midtones, the fluctuations of emotions that cause you so much choice and variability. It fascinates us. We could watch you endlessly. When will you overcome boredom and your ability to perceive that you are in a cage? You are free.
So, Winter, I'm seeing a different dolphin now. She seems to have a necklace with like a flower pendant.
No,
Totally smiling.
that's my sister. She plays with me occasionally when she feels like it. And she has been around through many lifetimes. And she is also currently human. She is not in form, but she is a caretaker of mine. And she enjoys this specific type of flower, and it has been on her pendant for years at the time when someone gave it to her as a gift for helping me.
It's purple. It's a deep, beautiful purple, like a clematis flower.
She enjoys many flowers of many kinds, although not always living ones. But she enjoys the symbology when this unique person gave her the pendant. And it reminds her of love and never giving up on love.
Now I'm seeing a male dolphin with a blue ribbon and almost like a Dracula looking, the cross, but short.
Oh, that's his personality. He is in form. He would like to perceive that he would be my brother or my mate, but I am not interested.
I think I'm out of questions. Is there anything you'd like to share?
Do not forget my messages. You are liberated. You are free. There is no place to go but now. And please do play. How can you feel free if you confine yourselves incessantly? Play with each other. That is all that I have for today.
Where's your voice? Thank you, Winter.
Are you going to go play now?
Yes.
Are you going to swim?
I need an animal, a cat to pet.
Do that then.
I wanted to ask you, Winter, where you like to be petted the most.
Oh, there's many places, but particularly beneath the snout and underneath the belly in the middle.
That's what I was seeing. Is there a lot of nerves there?
No, it's unique between me and my humans.
Sweet.
It's not so much with the other dolphins surrounding us.
Well, there's much to be said about touch.
It's the intention. You could touch me fairly anywhere if your intention is pure. Except the very top of the head. Just don't do that.
Sensitive there, huh?
Oh, it's just irritating.
So you get irritated. That's a topic? Enlightened beings becoming irritated?
It occurs in bodies. Do you not have your places where you do not wish to be touched?
My armpits are ticklish. Let's see. One more person has a question about the earthquakes.
How does it alarm you? You have asked for this at a level that you do not remember. Do you believe that death exists? I didn't and still don't. Go beyond what you believe is painful. Just go and go joyfully. No exceptions.
Thank you, Winter, for your messages today. May we always remember.
Good then. Go play now.
Yay! Need help coming out of trance, Pam?
Oh, we're channeling again. Okay. Every time. See computers and people, and I'm like, oh yeah, this again. Great. Oh, well. Did we have a lot of sound disturbances? She said we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I
pretty
apologize.
bad. I'm sorry too. I was inexperienced.
That's okay. We're going to go to Crowdcast so that if it happens again, that it, well, probably won't happen again with Crowdcast.
Be nice.
YouTube.
Always learning. It's good.
All right, guys. I really appreciated you being here, and my connection to her has really taught me a lot. That's for sure. So I'm going to be kind of going through these teachings for a long time, and I imagine that you will as well. Join me again some other time over on my website if you feel like it. It's aurareader.com. I'm just a fan of energy, which is why she got my attention, because her energy is amazing. So it would be good to hear from you guys. Have a beautiful night. I'm gonna go play.